The moment I see his face on my screen, I know I'm about to ruin my own night. There he is, Liam Hayes, the internet's favorite golden boy, grinning like the universe personally kissed him good morning. The clip is paused mid-laugh, his jawline doing half the heavy lifting, the little dimple threatening world peace. My chat already knows what's coming. Don't even start, I tell them, spinning slightly in my chair. I'm only watching this because he stole my sponsor again. The chat erupts. He did not. Not the sponsor wars again. Fight, fight, fight. Yeah, peak chaos. It's just another Tuesday in the never-ending Sean versus Liam saga, the internet's favorite hate watch. I hit play. There he is, holding the can of my drink brand, flashing that smug, fake sweet smile. Big thanks to Rush Energy for partnering with me. I pause it instantly. Partnering with him? Partnering with him? I throw my hands up. I've been drinking that thing on stream for months. You think his fans even know what caffeine is? Chat loses it. Shots fired. Bro, he looks too good to lose this one. Stop flirting and just collab already. Flirting. They call that flirting. I lean forward, elbows on the desk, eyes narrowing at his frozen smirk. Let me make something very clear, I say, dead serious. The day I collab with Liam Hayes is the day hell freezes over. Right then, my monitor dings. A notification pops up, big, bright, and absolutely cursed. At LI Official has invited you to co-stream for the Gamers for Good charity challenge. For a second, I swear the entire room goes silent. Then, chaos. No way. The prophecy fulfilled. Hell's a winter wonderland, let's go! I stare at the screen like it just confessed a crime. That's not real. That's AI or something. My phone buzzes on cue, a text from my manager. Don't freak out, already said yes. Great exposure. You're welcome. Exposure. Right, because humiliation looks great in 1080p. I drag a hand through my hair, muttering to myself while chat spams, "Free Sean." This is it, huh? End of days. Ice Age. Demons skating. And yet, somewhere under all the mock outrage and caffeine, something flickers. Not excitement, not exactly. Just curiosity. Because if I'm honest, and I hate that I'm even thinking this, part of me's always wondered what it would be like to be in the same room as him. Not in a split screen. Not behind a keyboard. For real. I shake it off fast. All right, chat, I sigh. Guess hell just went live. The screen fades to black, countdown timer flashing. Joint charity stream. Tomorrow, 8 p.m. And just like that, the war officially begins. The next day, the countdown hits 0, and my screen floods with color, lights, and chaos. 2 split cams. Me on the left, Liam on the right. He looks annoyingly good, like unreasonably camera ready for someone who's supposed to be my nemesis. Black t-shirt hugging his shoulders, that lazy grin already loaded like a weapon. Well, he says, voice smooth as static. Look who finally agreed to a collab. I snort. Don't flatter yourself, I was blackmailed into this. The chat loses its mind. OMG, they're in the same stream. It's giving enemies to lovers. The tension is real, I can't. I lean back in my chair, pretending to look bored even though my pulse is doing parkour. We're here for charity, remember. Try not to ruin the mood. He raises a brow. You mean like you ruined your sponsor deal? Oh, you mean the one you stole? He grins. Business, sweetheart. Sweetheart. The word lands like a spark. My throat goes dry. Chat's going feral again. Hashtags already climbing. Number sign rivalship. Number sign sham kiss. Number sign enemies or more. We dive into the first few challenges. Nothing too serious. Spicy food, truth or dare, dance off. It's fine, manageable. Except every time he leans forward, his voice low and teasing, my brain short circuits for half a second. And he knows it. You're awfully quiet, Sean. he says after round 3. Camera shy? Nah, I shoot back. Just waiting for you to lose gracefully. It's cute when you pout. His grin sharpens. Careful, I might make you prove that. Before I can fire another comeback, a new donation flashes across the screen. Big, bold, and glowing red. Dare. Kiss your rival. Both of us freeze. The chat explodes instantly. Do it, do it, do it. OMG PLS, I beg. For charity, obviously. I laugh it off, nervous, tugging at my headset. Yeah, nice try, chat. Not happening. But then he tilts his head. That smirk spreading slow. Deliberate. What's wrong? He says, voice dipping a little lower. Scared? Something in me flares. Pride. Defiance. Something hotter I don't want to name. Of you? Please. And before my brain can veto it, I lean in. It's supposed to be quick, funny, a middle finger to the internet. But the second my lips touch his, the whole world blanks out. He tastes like mint and adrenaline, and I swear I can feel him smile against my mouth. Slow. Confident, like he knew exactly what this would do to me. It's 1 second, maybe 2. But it hits like a live wire straight through my chest. When I pull back, I can barely breathe. The chat is a blur of hearts and screaming caps. I just saw God. They did it. This is not a drill. Liam's still looking at me. Not smiling now, just looking. Eyes sharp, unreadable, lips slightly parted like he's fighting the same shock I am. I try to laugh it off, voice cracking halfway through. There. Happy? For charity. He blinks once. Then that damn smirk returns, softer this time. Yeah, he says quietly. More than I expected. I look away fast, pretending to check chat, heart pounding so loud it drowns out the notifications. Because for the first time in years, I can't tell if we're acting anymore. Flashback. The first time I met Liam Hayes, I hated him on sight. Not because he'd done anything. No, he was just that guy. The one who walks into a room and makes everyone else look like an unfinished draft. We were both guests on a gaming panel 3 years ago, back when I was still trying to prove myself and he was already a headline. He showed up late. Leather jacket, sunglasses indoors, a lazy smile that made the interns trip over cables. I remember thinking, great. Another cocky streamer who thinks he's a celebrity. Then we went live. I cracked a joke. He one-upped it. I teased him. He shot back faster. The audience loved it. That's how it started. A back and forth that felt like sparring with someone who knew your rhythm before you did. Afterward, I caught him outside the studio, leaning against a railing, scrolling through his phone like he didn't care about the world. Nice show, I said, half sarcastic. He looked up, smirked. Nice try. That smirk should have pissed me off. It did, mostly. But then there were moments, small ones, that didn't fit the rivalry story we built. At conventions, he'd find me in a crowd, nod once, like we shared some secret understanding. At after-parties, he'd pass by, brush my shoulder on the way out. Just enough to make my skin buzz. Once, when I lost my voice during a panel, he sent tea to my hotel room. No note. Just lemon and honey. And still, we tore each other apart online. A bad tweet from me. A sarcastic reaction video from him. A snarky comment from him. A fiery stream rant from me. Our fans ate it up. The feud, the insults, the competition. It became our brand. But every time I saw his name trending next to mine, I felt something twist in my chest. Not anger, not exactly, just this ache. There was this one gaming awards night. We both got nominated. He won. When he walked past me to accept the trophy, he murmured, "You'll get it next year." Our eyes met just for a heartbeat, green against blue. And something unspoken hummed in the air. Something neither of us dared to touch. After that, the silence between us got louder. Every time he posted, I watched. Every time I streamed, he tuned in. I could always tell from the way he referenced my jokes later, pretending he hadn't. It became this quiet, secret orbit, always near, never colliding. Until tonight. Now, staring at him through the split screen, that same smirk curving his lips, I can't help but think how far we've come. From rivals to this. The noise of the chat fades, the lights blur, and all I can think about is that first panel, that first spark, and how maybe, just maybe, we've been building to this moment since the day we met. Next morning. By morning, I'm trending. Not just trending, everywhere. Twitter, Reddit, TikTok. Even my mom texted, "What's this kiss thing?" with 100 question marks. The clip, Sean and Liam kiss for charity and break the internet, is looping across every platform. Someone even slowed it down and added dramatic music. There's fan art, edits, compilations titled "Enemies to Lovers in 4 Minutes." I scroll through them with my hood pulled low, half mortified, half something else. Because even when I tell myself it was just for content, a PR stunt, a dare, my brain replays the way his lips moved against mine. Slow, certain, deliberate, like he'd been waiting to do that. Then my phone rings. It's my manager, way too chipper for 9 a.m. "Babe, you're viral. Sponsors love it. Liam's team loves it. We need to lean into this chemistry thing. Collabs, joint interviews, maybe a rivalship merch drop." Wait, what? I groan. It was one kiss. Exactly. One kiss that raised $40,000 for charity and gave you 2 more followers in 12 hours than last month's campaign. Congratulations. You're officially a ship. A ship. Fantastic. By the next day, our teams have scheduled a reaction stream. Because of course they have. When we go live, the air between us feels different, thicker, electric. Liam looks relaxed, that same smug smile back in place. Except when our eyes meet, something flickers there. Something not quite performative. "So," he says, leaning into his mic, "you've seen the clip, huh?" I roll my eyes. "You mean the one where you assaulted me for charity?" He laughs, that low, rich sound that somehow crawls right under my skin. "Assaulted? You kissed back, sweetheart." "Yeah, out of pity." The chat explodes. They're so in love I can't breathe. Rivalship supremacy. Someone call HRPLS. This is workplace harassment. We hate flirt for 2 hours straight. Every insult lands soft. Every challenge turns into a dare. Every glance lingers half a second too long. And I hate how easy it feels. How natural it is to match his tone, his energy. Like we've done this forever. After the stream, we stay on call to discuss collab logistics. Which, of course, turns into us just talking. About random things. The weirdness of fame, burnout, how we both started streaming because we loved the quiet escape of it. He's not what I expected. Beneath the sharp comebacks and confidence, there's something gentle. Careful, even. There's a pause, somewhere between laughter and goodbye. The kind of silence that buzzes. I can hear him exhale on the other end. "That thing you said earlier," he murmurs. "About pity. You didn't mean that, did you?" My chest tightens. "It was a joke." "Right," he says soft. "Just checking." The next few weeks blur into one long, chaotic montage. The kind that looks glamorous online but feels like spinning in circles behind the scenes. Photo shoots first. Bright lights, fake smiles, and a photographer shouting, "Closer, no, closer, think rivals, but make it romantic tension." Liam stands behind me, hand on my shoulder, smirk perfectly practiced. The camera clicks 1,000 times, but it's the 1 second his thumb brushes the back of my neck. Quick, thoughtless, that makes my pulse skip. Then come the interviews. Rows of questions fired like bullets. Was the kiss scripted? Would you do it again? I laugh, trying to sound breezy. Guess you'll have to keep watching. Beside me, Liam doesn't say a word. Just glances over, eyes glinting like he knows exactly what that kiss did to me. And then, of course, the streams. Thousands watching, spamming hearts and fire emojis while we joke, bicker, play. All in good fun, we tell them. It's just business. But off camera, the script starts to fall apart. It's in the way he lingers after we sign off, leaning back in his chair, asking if I've eaten. It's in the quiet moments, the way our banter softens into something almost gentle, the way I start noticing how his laugh cracks slightly when he's actually happy. Somewhere between pretending and performing, I forget where the rivalry ends, and whatever this is begins. He'll rest his hand on my shoulder while explaining something, and my heartbeat spikes like I'm 16. He'll look at me mid-laugh, eyes soft, and suddenly it's too much. Once, during a break, he adjusted my mic, fingers brushing the back of my neck, and I forgot how to breathe for a full 5 seconds. And when I replay our old clips, I notice it. The shift. The way he's been looking at me lately, like he's done pretending. But the worst part? I'm not sure I want him to, because what started as a feud, a brand, a bit for views, is beginning to feel terrifyingly real, and I don't know how to fake that. A few weeks later, it starts small, the way all explosions do. We're streaming again, another rivalship challenge. This time some overcomplicated co-op game where we're supposed to work together. The chat's a frenzy. The donations are flying. And for the first hour, everything's fine. Easy banter, practice teasing. That familiar rhythm that's become second nature. Then he laughs. That same low laugh. And my chest tightens. Too much. Too fast. Too real. My brain keeps whispering it. You're not supposed to like him. You're supposed to hate him. Fight him. Play along, cash the checks. Smile for the fans. So I pull back. I get snappier. Defensive. He notices instantly. Someone's grumpy tonight, he jokes. Yeah, well, not everyone can fake a smile for content. His grin falters. Chat spams, oh-ho. But I'm too far gone to stop. You think everything's a game, don't you? You don't care who you screw over as long as people are watching? His expression hardens. Just a flicker, but it hits me in the gut. Then his voice, low and sharp. That's rich coming from the guy who kissed me for clicks. The words land like a slap. I feel my throat close up, the air sucked out of the room. Chat goes dead silent. Even the scrolling stops. Thousands of people just watching. I can't even think. Just the burn behind my eyes. The sound of my heartbeat in my headset. You know what? I mutter, yanking off my headphones. Screw this. And I kill the stream. The silence afterward is deafening. No chat. No noise. Just the whir of my PC fans and the echo of his words in my head. Kissed me for clicks. Maybe I did, but it didn't feel like that. Not for me. I tried to distract myself, tidy the desk, scroll aimlessly, pretend the ache in my chest isn't real. Hours pass. My phone buzzes with messages. My manager, mutual friends, fans speculating. But I ignore them all. Then, knock, knock. It's nearly midnight. I frown, open the door. And there he is. Liam. Hoodie, cap, no cameras, no smirk, just him. We stare at each other for a second that feels like forever. What are you doing here? I ask. He shrugs lightly, eyes searching mine. You cut the stream. Yeah, well, you said enough. He takes a step closer, quiet, measured. You think I didn't mean it? My chest tightens. I don't care what you meant. He looks at me, really looks, and the edge in his voice melts, replaced by something raw, almost pleading. If it was just for views, he says softly, Why do you look at me like that? I freeze, because he's close now. Close enough that I can see the faint stubble on his jaw, the tiredness in his eyes, the pulse at his throat. And I am looking at him. Like I've been looking at him since that first kiss. That first spark. That first moment I swore I hated him just to hide how much I didn't. I swallow hard, step back. You should go. He nods slowly, but his gaze lingers a second longer. Enough to make my heart forget its rhythm. When the door finally clicks shut, I lean against it, breath shaking. Because the truth is, I don't even know if I want him to leave. 2 days later. I don't hear from him for 2 days. 2 days of silence that feels louder than any live stream I've ever done. My DMs are a battlefield. Fans picking sides, articles dissecting every frame of our fight like it's the Zapruder film of the streaming world. Was the rivalship fake? Did Sean and Liam fall out for real? The kiss that broke the internet. What went wrong? I mute it all. Try to game. Can't focus. Try to sleep. Can't shut my brain up. By the third night, there's another knock on my door. I almost don't open it, but something in me knows. It's him again. And it is. Liam stands there, hair messy, jacket half-zipped. A look that's not pride or anger, just exhaustion. The kind that seeps into your bones. We need to talk, he says quietly. I let him in. We end up on opposite sides of my couch. The air thick with everything we haven't said. I shouldn't have said that, he starts. On stream, about the kiss. You think? I snap. No, listen. His voice cracks just slightly. You don't know everything. I fold my arms, glaring. Then tell me. He exhales slowly, running a hand through his hair. The rivalry. This whole thing between us, it wasn't supposed to get like this. I frown. What's that supposed to mean? He looks up, meeting my eyes. You know how our agency set it up years ago? The whole two hotshot streamers, same market thing? It was meant to be playful, good PR. We both agreed to fake some tension for engagement. But somewhere along the line, you started taking it personally. My jaw tightens. You make it sound like I overreacted. He sighs. I'm not saying that. Every time we push the bit, you hit back harder. The banter, the clips, the shade, it stopped feeling like a joke to you. And I didn't know how to stop it without breaking the act. I stare at him, pulse picking up. So you just let me hate you? I let you think it mattered, he says quietly. Because it started to matter to me too. Just not in the same way. The words land heavy between us. He leans forward, elbows on his knees, voice lower now. Somewhere in between the fake rivalry and the late night streams, I stopped playing the part. I started actually caring. About you. My throat tightens. You're serious, he nods. Dead serious. You think I didn't notice how good you were? How sharp you got when you were pissed at me? You made me want to keep up, to match you, to impress you. And I told myself it was still part of the bit, but it wasn't. Not anymore. I shake my head, more to steady myself than to argue. You're telling me all this time I've been throwing real punches while you were, what, catching feelings? A faint smile tugs at his lips. Pretty much, yeah. And just. Like that, the room feels too small, too warm, too honest. Because as much as I want to stay angry, the truth is, somewhere between the hate posts and collab streams, I started catching feelings too. Still, you shouldn't have called out on me like that. Silence again. Heavy, but not unbearable this time. And I might not forgive you yet, I add. His shoulders relax. Just a little. That's fair. But I'm not done with you either. That makes him look up. Surprised. Hopeful. Like he wasn't expecting a maybe. I drag a hand over my face, breathing shakily. So what now? He shrugs, eyes soft but certain. Now we stop letting them write the story for us. And the way he says us. It's not just a partnership. It's a promise. For the first time in years, the feud feels dead. But something new, fragile, terrifying, real, takes its place. A few days later. It's wild how quiet the internet gets right before something explodes. After the agency mess went public, the backlash hit hard. Fans who once shipped us started tearing everything apart, saying the whole rivalry had been a scam, that we'd faked years of tension just for clout. Some called us corporate puppets. Others said our chemistry was manufactured. My DMs were a war zone. Liam's weren't any better. So, to fix it, or maybe to prove something to ourselves, we agreed to one last collab. A charity stream. Neutral ground. No scripts, no PR stunts. Just us. The countdown timer ticks down on my screen, chat already flying, hearts, fire emojis, half the comments begging for a makeup kiss, the other half predicting we'll fistfight live. Liam's stream pops up beside mine, split screen. He looks unfairly good. The kind of good that makes my pulse skip even after everything. His smile's calm, practiced, but his eyes flicker just for a second when they meet mine. Well, I start adjusting my mic. Here we are, the end of an era. Rip the rivalry, he says, mock solemn. Gone but not forgotten. Chat's eating it up. Rival ship reunion is already trending. We dive into the challenge, stupid minigames, donation goals, chaos like old times. Every accidental brush of our hands makes the comments explode. But this time, the teasing feels different, like we're both trying too hard to show it's still content, when underneath, we're both barely keeping it together. Because we've already talked about it, off camera, late one night. We both knew the rivalry started as a brand stunt, but I'd taken it too seriously. I turned it into something personal. He, on the other hand, caught feelings somewhere along the way. And now we're here, pretending to be rivals again while trying to convince the internet that maybe, just maybe, we were never pretending at all. It's when someone donates, one last kiss for charity, that everything slows. We both laugh, of course. It's what they expect. But when I look at him, he's not laughing. He's watching me. Careful, steady. Guess they want an encore, I joke, trying to keep my tone light. Guess so, he murmurs. Then softly, you okay with that? The chat is losing its mind, but my throat's dry. Because suddenly I don't see the ring light or the scrolling text or the camera blinking red. Just him. I nod once. Yeah, I'm okay. We lean in. It's supposed to be a repeat of that first viral mess. Quick, playful, something for the fans. But the second his lips touch mine, the world stops. No performance, no rivalry, just warmth, pressure. The sound of my own heartbeat drowning everything else out. It's soft, hesitant at first, then real. Deeper. Like an exhale we've both been holding for years. When we pull apart, his hand stays against my jaw, thumb brushing my skin. No cameras, I whisper, barely audible. Doesn't matter, he says, smiling. Small, genuine. I'd still want to. And yeah, the chat explodes. The internet melts. Sponsors will probably throw confetti or lawsuits or both. But for once, I don't care. Because this time, it isn't for views. It's for us. A few weeks later. It's been 6 weeks since the stream that broke the internet. 6 weeks since the kiss that wasn't supposed to happen. Or maybe was always meant to. And now? My apartment smells like his cologne. My couch has somehow become his nap zone. And my kitchen. Well, let's just say I've accepted that Liam doesn't believe in using one pan when he can use 6. The chat is already going feral as soon as I start my morning stream. The familiar flood of comments rolls in. Where's your rival? Is he still there? You mean your boyfriend? I grin, pretending to roll my eyes. Relax, he's... Before I can finish, the camera catches him in the background. Shirtless, headset on, gaming like his life depends on it. The sunlight hits his skin. Just right, and yeah, the chat loses its mind. Shirtless L stream when? Sean blushing alert. How's it feel living with the guy who beat you, huh? I laugh, shaking my head. It's for content, I say, deadpan. We moved in together for content. Liam turns around just in time to hear that, smirking as he leans in the doorway. Yeah? He asks, voice low, teasing. That why you keep stealing my hoodies too? Shut up, I mumble, cheeks burning. Chat is going insane. He crosses the room, stopping behind me. I feel the warmth of his hand settle on my shoulder, casual, grounding, too natural for something that started as a feud. He looks at the camera, grin lazy and smug. Hey, chat, be honest, who's winning now? The flood of heart emojis is ridiculous. I can't stop laughing. When he walks back to his setup, I catch myself staring for a beat too long. At his back. The way he hums under his breath when he's focused. The way everything feels easy now. I look back at my chat. At the thousands of comments scrolling by. Yeah, I say quietly, smiling to myself. Guess he did. And for once, I don't try to hide it. The screen fades out on laughter, soft banter, and the sound of his voice in the background calling, "Hey babe, you ordering dinner or are we surviving on instant ramen again?" I glance at the camera, grinning. Guess love's the only thing we're not faking anymore. The end. So tell me, was it ever just for views? Or were we always meant to fall on camera? Thanks for watching. Subscribe to become part of our Rainbow Force, and consider joining our membership for early access and exclusive content. Stay wholesome.